I'm not gonna say we became simps, but I think many of us, this is putting like the term, simps or betas or whatever, but we could be, and I like, but no, look, I can say I like what Kevin, I like Kevin Samuels, I shout him out, but then others too, and Rollo, and some of them guys in the manosphere, that we could be alpha with beta tendencies, right? That you could be an alpha with beta tendencies, and you know, when Rollo with this, you know, so you could be alpha. I got some great guys with beta, but but we could be alpha with beta tendencies, meaning that now we take on the position that is our job, even to the death of us, that is we supposed to take care of the woman. Now, I'm not saying that the man does not supposed to provide. No, I'm not saying that. But at the expense of yourself, that you, because based upon the wounds, listen to it, y'all. Listen deeply to it. Based upon the wounds that we have had, we have endured, put us in a place of, yes, I need to provide, I need to go get it, I'm driven, I need to make sure I take care of myself so I can make sure I can go and save mama. So now the woman becomes, you're not mama's boy, but the woman becomes the image of the mama. It's our job to make sure that every woman we get with is provided for, taken care of, at the expense of ourselves. The hero syndrome or the white knight syndrome or all of that stuff, we become that.
It's deeper than that, Chapter, because what I see with that, what I used to see in the military, was a lot of the guys who was raised by women, their form of masculinity isn't masculine.
Yeah.
They project a lot of female emotion, which they think is man emotions and masculinity.
Yeah.
You know, like most guys who sit there and argue with you, going back and forth.
Right.
That's not a man trait.
Right.
You know, I mean, being petty, holding grudges.
Right.
Talking about people, look at this motherfucker.
Well,
That's
so being petty is a war trait.
to a certain extent, because it's like
we
this.
ain't going back and forth, man.
Because you know, as a man, if I got a problem with you, we take it outside.
We gonna handle it.
But I'm not gonna sit out there and get loud with you and hey, man, what the fuck? No, if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it. That's a man thing. So I see a lot of men who they run around and they think that they're alphas and they're masculine, but they project a lot of feminine energy. And I can go up to them straight and be like, you got the persistence, huh? You know, I can tell.
Yeah.
Just by the way you project yourself, because you were raised and nothing against women. But I think that it takes a man to teach a man how to be a man. Unfortunately, I mean, my dad and my mom separated, but I'm so glad my sister was way older than me, and I had a chance. Her boyfriends, they came in, and man, I'll tell you, man, I was walking around junior high school looking out nerdy and stuff, like, man, come over, man, take this shirt off your damn pants, drink this damn 40. Man, let me tell you about this. At least I was getting some form of masculine energy, and kind of helping me out. And I mean, I had a lot of males who did that, even though my father was there.
I wonder how much time we get, because you brought up a point, you know, alpha displaying beta tendencies. Me personally, I think the alpha male, the alpha concept is a bunch of BS. Because I feel like everybody has alpha in them if you push them to a degree.
Sure.
I don't feel like, because I personally feel like guys who overcompensate with the alpha mindset, you're hiding some type of insecurity that you have. I can be, I'm 6'2", 250.
Right.
There ain't nobody gonna question how much of a man I am.
Right.
I'm not going to lie.
Start crying right now. We got some problems.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie.
We
I feel like, you know, I don't. What's beta?
Yeah.
Getting out of serious. What do we consider beta?
No, what's it like you say arguing, you cry, you know, you show your emotion, and that's
so being human.
Well, right, but
the thing is,
you said no. You was asking what's the difference, and I was saying that is what people say.
But it's being human. Essentially, it's being human. Yeah. It's like, you know, it's the thing. But the thing is, you don't see it because we've always been taught that it's such a bad thing.
But what I'm saying is,
that's what causes you to like conceal whatever you're going through, because you know you've been taught that if I display this beta tendency, then I'm less of a man.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is for the brothers who project that energy as if they're dominant.
Right.
Not just being natural, but the guys who puff up and doing all that stuff. They're trying to show
In terms of
that alpha mentality, but yet they're acting in a feminine manner. That's I'm not talking about stuff like that. I'm talking about people who try to project. Motherfucker, I'm hard. I'm the realest motherfucker in here. You know what I'm talking about.
There is a difference. There's a difference, right? There's an expectation that we as men should have, and I'm not gonna, dumb this down. Period. We have a lady here. Would you marry as a woman? Would you date the guy if somebody broke in the house, he hid behind you?
I hope not.
You say it.
Tell the truth.
Tell the truth. Shame the devil.
It's just hard for me to answer that because after I divorced, I've been by myself for 4 years. Yeah. So I became the person with the metal pole to protect myself, and so I gathered some of those alpha tendencies to protect myself.
So we going off the topic. See how we overcome abuse. Overcome abuse.
You asked the wrong question. So let's say this: we out, you and you together.
Right.
And we're walking down the street, and some dude come up to you, and he's spelling up on you, and he's like, "Hey, bitch, I ain't worried about this pussy ass dude with you."
Right.
And he'd be like, "Honey, let's keep walking. Let's just keep going." I mean, excuse me, sir.
I want to feel safe. You're right.
Yeah, exactly. Let's just be honest and shake it down. I think what has transpired in your life has put you in a position where now you have to try to be the masculine energy.
Yeah,
I'm not deducing, for those who listen, I'm not saying that those women who serve in the military, any of that, no, I'm not saying that. But again, I'm not going to dumb this down. We're not going to feminize this, for real. There's a difference between a man and a woman. I'm going to say it, and I meant it, and I'm here to represent it. There's a difference between a man and a woman's energy altogether, period. And as we wrap this up, we are way over the time, and overcoming abuse. Let's wrap it up. So go ahead, so jump in.
I was going to say this real quick. And I'm not saying nothing about guys. Everybody is a tough guy. Everybody ain't a fighter. So I don't want people to be like, again, everybody's not like that. But again, like she said, every woman is looking for somebody to protect her.
Yeah.
So if you get your ass whooped, just take the ass whooped.
At least
you stood up. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
So he should that guy should just say, who walk up to her, he should just say, "The girl is mine, mine, mine."
Maybe he'll run away.
Let's wrap this up. In the sense of the overcoming abuse, I want to give some remedies for those who perhaps have experienced trauma, any kinds of abuse. First, I want to advocate for military chaplains and clinicians. I advocate for therapy. I want you to pray and seek a therapist. And those who are active duty or you're retired, wherever you are, we happen to be here at Fort Hood. Come to Fort Hood. There are trained clinicians and clinical therapists, behavior health, but also at the Family Life Center, you have trained individuals who are chaplains, who are clinicians, and I advise you to go see them. Or wherever you are, whatever state, wherever you base that you are, if you're active duty or retired, you can go see chaplains, clinicians specifically. They have a special skill set. And I want to say that there are certain modalities, science works, it really does. There are different modalities that actually help with trauma. One of them is called EMDR, which is eye movement desensitization reprocessing, which it helps the mind in terms of bilateral stimulation to help the mind, the brain, to process traumas, and it will bring it up. It will bring up those stories that the mind has shut down to help you go deeper to deal with those specific traumas. Then you also have CBT, cognitive behavior therapy. It helps you to be able to change certain mindsets or certain things that we speak, that we say, or certain beliefs, and it brings certain emotions or certain outcomes by what we believe, okay? So you have EMDR, you have CBT, but you have also CPT, cognitive process therapy, whereas those who have experienced trauma, the therapist will have you sit in the trauma and go over the trauma as long as you can and then pull you out. Like, for example, if you experience an ID, you were in Iraq or something and you blew up and now you're afraid to go to restaurants, that therapist will have you go in, sit in the restaurant and sit and suffer in it, allow to embrace the suck for a period of time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, till you can now, it becomes desensitized and you can process that trauma. And so, Doc, I want you to encourage the people and just invite them into specific modalities or ways in which you can help individuals to overcome specific abuse.
Yeah. So thank you for sharing those. There's certain people who they aren't ready to jump into the profession because their trust has been kind of violated. And for those, even starting with kind of understanding that you did nothing to deserve what happened to you.
That's good.
And so being willing to forgive yourself and let go of the blame initially allows you the willingness to want to seek help. And if before you go to that point of maybe seeking providers, a concept that was really helpful for me and that other people use is mindfulness.
Yeah, that's good.
A lot of times what happens is you get stuck. Yeah, I think we talked about before, we get stuck in the past of what happened, and that's what we're living from. And so mindfulness is this concept of like accepting where you are now, that I went through the abuse, that this has impacted me, that I'm not showing up like I want to in relationships, that I don't know how to have a relationship, that I don't know how to love myself or even know myself. And then that becomes, what am I going to do now? Maybe I'm going to start journaling. Maybe I'm going to start recording or audio expressing my feelings in a way where if I can't tell someone else, at least I can get it out of my own head and put it into something that allows me to be able to look at it and say, wait a minute, this was messed up. You know, it's one thing to have something ruminating in your head, but when you get it out and you're able to look at it and reflect on it and use journaling, recording, finding maybe a safe family member that you trust or a friend to be able to go through poetry. As occupational therapists, we teach art, doing different ways that you're able to express yourself to get to that point where you're like, let me get out of this stuck point. Cooking is another one. Really using the skill of what you have to tap into who you are.
Going to the range.
Exactly. Finding some of those things become other ways that you just start to kind of like tap back into you, and then you're able to like start your healing that leads to, okay, now I can do some of the professional parts of it because I kind of realize I'm getting to know me and I'm needing more support within that. So people who can't start there, just getting to know themselves, learning some mindfulness, meditation, centering themselves, grounding techniques, those are some ways that you can kind of start, and then it leads to some of the other one. Another really great one is writing. Like even if it's, you said sharing your story, because some people get stuck, maybe personally finding a way to write your story, because that became healing for me, is writing, and a lot of people kind of find that too.
Can you share your business name and phone number? Can you shout that out? So people will have your business name, and then I'm gonna have Soul to shout his business out, and then also the website.
Okay, thank you.
So your business name,
so my
website,
business
and phone number.
So my business is Remember You Matter Coaching, and the phone number is 254-317-7238. Once again, that's Remember You Matter Coaching. And the website is www.rememberyoumattercoaching.com.
Okay, thank you so much. And so can you share just your business and also give them the name, the phone number as well on the website?
The name of the magazine is called the Underground Monthly. What I'm gonna do is I'll make sure I put the link onto on the site. So I'm gonna give a link, but the link is www.undergroundmonthly.com. And also like we were saying before, like I take your stories. I have a issue that we do for, it's the Pink and Purple issue, where I take the people and the Black Love issue. Where I take your stories, whether from Pink and Purple, that's the breast cancer and domestic violence, and I take your stories and I make them into art, and I share those stories in the magazine.
That's beautiful.
Whether it's a poem, whether it's a story, whatever it is, and then the Black Love issue, which is just a past December issue, I share your story of what Black Love is, what you think Black Love is, and then you write the story. So and then. And I post and I put them in a magazine and I share it on my site. So the email address is undergroundmonthly@gmail.com if you want to share a story. And again, the link is www.undergroundmonthly.com, and my phone number is 254-251-9950.
Can you repeat that again?
It's 254-251-9950.
Thank you so much.
Let me get a shameless plug in.
Yes, go ahead.
I got an upcoming business myself.
Yeah, sure.
Just starting
Cowboy Jackson has an upcoming
brisket
business.
catering. That's my thing. I mean, barbecue is my thing.
And this the shit.
What is it?
Brisket.
Brisket?
It's called Toothless Brisket Pit.
Okay. Shout the
So tell me you don't need
the
to
phone number. Okay, what's the name? The phone number?
Toothless Brisket Pit. You can reach me at 254-371-4602.
Okay.
We're at ground zero, Toothless Brisket Pit. But I can tell you that you'll enjoy. You'll enjoy 254-371-4602.
And I have had it, and I can tell you it's the shit.
All right, good. You have a business?
Yes, I have a business. It's called heelstotoceiling.com.
That's not what I'm doing.
Phone number is 619-78.
That ain't no business.
I mean, this business, I don't know.
That's a personal invitation.
Listen, Cool Breeze is in therapy and he is single, so he's available. Hey, listen, thank you all for joining us tonight. Hey, this is Dreams in Action. I'm glad to have a team here tonight, and also Dr. Jennings, thank you for joining us tonight. And those who are listening and watching, want you to go ahead and just like the page, subscribe, and share it. Look forward to doing some future events, some great other types of shows. For example, on Sundays in the future of next year, doing a Soulful, SOULFULL, Soulful Sundays, where we have just speakers come in to bring some words of encouragement, inspiration. Then we have Monday Motivation, where we will have 3 minutes music mixed with powerful speaking. And then also Tuesdays, Let's Talk Tuesdays. And then I'm also starting on Thursdays to do interviews. I hope one day, I'm gonna just shout it out, I hope to interview Michael Strahan and interviews like Dak Prescott, some of the podcasts that I watched, The Roommates, O'Shea Jackson and others that's out there, The Peef, exactly, Kevin Samuels, but then also too, professionals like Dr. Pearl, John Maxwell, there's so many other, Tony Robinson, there's so many great E.T., the hip hop preacher, there's so many people that I listen to that I'm inspired by, that I like their content, I like how they have impacted people. Ed Meyer, who's out there, these are great interviewers, great podcasters, great individuals who are doing some remarkable things, and I'd just like to have an opportunity to interview them one day. But again, thank you all for joining. This is Dreams in Action. I am your host, C. Orson Brown, and thank you for joining us tonight. Take care.
All right.
Where have you been?
Let's check that microphone.
I've been trying to get it. Look, I've been trying to get it.
I'm gonna charge you for failing, man. She should have been here.
I'm on a radio show.
Hold on. This is Dr. Liz Ben. Have I been inviting you?
He has
And
been,
we
yeah.
got in.
I have
So,
been.
let me tell you something. Wait, pause and stop it.
Thank you. The fact that we did it on Wednesday.